Here's one for you. How do we, if you are going through a moment of anxiety, and welcome to the Winding Road podcast, by the way. If you are going through a moment of anxiety, but then you're able to stop it's just a feeling, right? It's an emotion, but then what do we attach to that anxiety? We attached worry, overthinking things, and everything else that comes with that. But if we're able to block that out as noise, before we even start thinking about it, we're shutting it down, then we can overcome. And then it's just the feeling. And you realize and you feel that in your body, the unease, and you're totally aware of it, and rather than starting to then worrying about things and thinking about things, you're thinking about how your body is feeling and why is it feeling that way is not of concern. Because our emotions are in us so deep from so long ago. It was to filter out harm. And that's why we get into these heightened states of awareness with our emotions. It's just perceiving a past experience. It doesn't necessarily mean that your future experience is going to be the exact same way, but our emotions are telling our body to feel that certain way based on something in the past. And sure, very well, it could be the same in the future, but it's not most of the time. It's different. And so we can understand our emotions. That's what everything is about, is understanding. We can't understand if we don't listen. So I listen to my body rather than listening to the worry about my mind. I'm not in my mind then. I'm in my body, thinking about how my body feels, and then I just let it pass. It's like a wave. You know, palms get sweaty, whatever, any type of feeling. You guys know the feelings of anxiety. We all have it at different times. Pretty doggone sure of that anyways. Well, we have those feelings, we know those feelings, but I don't attach thought to it. I remove the thought from the anxiety. The thought may have put me there in the first place, but then once I'm aware of how my body's feeling, I'm like, okay, well, that was because of that thought. That was based on something that happened in the past and is unlikely to happen again in the exact same deal, you know. It's just not worth it. It's put there to protect us. But we're not out in the damn, life can be very scary and everything, but we're not out in the damn woods surviving for food and looking for food in the mountains, living in a damn tent. Are our dangers less, or are they more? I would say they're significantly less. But indefinitely, man, just think about that. I mean, we got medicines, we got modern society, we got electricity. We have it way better off than they did way back then. So their imminent harm or danger was a lot more prevalent than ours is now. And so if we think about that, then we think about how that's been wired in us from so long ago, and how overall we are living in a pretty safe world. I know some people are like, what? The world's not safe at all. You do not watch the news? Well, no, I really don't. It's all a matter of perspective, truthfully, and about what you're putting in and what's coming out and the energy that we spread. And if you're a positive person, then you're going to see the world as a positive place. You realize there's negatives to the world, but they're just noise. And you are led by the positive. So if we're led by the positives, weeded out the negatives, and obviously there's still going to be some threats. But in the grand scheme, like I always say, the realization that you are going to die and understanding that and getting over that fear that's fear itself. Like, to me, that's fear itself. That's the one main question, right? That's the greatest mystery of all. So if we realize we cannot conquer that, but that we can have faith and that we can put all these positive things into our lives and take examples from nature and from everything around us and look for signs that the universe provides us, that God, the more, the universe, different dimensions, whatever, man, that provides us, and we believe that it's not random chance. And even if we accept the possibility that it could be random chance, we are still able to see that we can live forever by living in the zen of the moment, of the zone, of the flow, of the now. Because when you're in the now, there is no past, there is no future. There's the now, and the now is forever. Right? Time is time. The now is forever. If you're in it. Because you're not concerned at all with any of those other things. But then whenever we're out of that state, then we get to live in a state of, oh shit, yep, worried about the past, worried about the future. And it's like, oh shit, I'm back in time. I'm back living in time now. How do we not live in time? Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense to anybody or not. It makes sense to me. And I'm me and you're you, so that's really all that matters. You take something from it, cool. Just my thoughts, but I feel like I got a pretty good grasp of my character and who I am and what I'm trying to do, who I'm trying to be, and who I am. Just, that's, like I said, it's not, there's always progression towards your future and towards your goals, but like I've said a million times, the goal is only always ever to do. And just trying to truly live in the moment with the faith of something more. And you can do that, you're gonna do good. That's what I think. And man, it's just the thoughts, whenever I get deep into this shit in my mind, like, it's just, they come at me so quickly, and I got to figure out a better way to harness them and to stay on topic, to stay focused. But that's how quick everything just comes at me, man. And then sometimes I do get lost in what I'm saying, but that's the breaks. Wish I was smarter, but I don't really, because I'm me, and I don't wish to be anybody but me. It's not about wishing. It's about understanding, how do I make myself smarter? How do I slow down whenever you have a million thoughts coming at you about life and about your existence? Good question. And man, I realize I'm so far behind. I got so many of these things recorded. We're trying to catch up. Like, I'm driving around when I should be going and getting the next episode out to you guys. God bless. So I'm going to do that now. Give you a little writing update. First, do I need gas on the winding road? We were at the gas station. I do not need gas. A lot of people here. I'm going to have to pull around to the other side, see if I can find a parking spot. But, boy, where am I at right now? I really haven't been writing, to be honest with you. I've been so much focused on these damn podcasts. And it really is. I just still feel like I'm not taking the proper time to do everything that I need to do. Like, I've done a good job in focusing on trying to get these things out here, and trying to make shorts and shit about it, but it's not an easy process. So that's what we're doing here. Now we got a lady smoking out next to the car on the winding road. I'm in here talking to my phone. Maybe she'll hear me. Maybe she'll get some words of wisdom. Maybe she'll just think I'm crazy. These are things you worry about in life. What somebody else is going to think about you, but you just cannot do that. You cannot worry. You have to be yourself. You have to continue pressing on down the winding road. So yeah, not much going on writing-wise. But we'll get back to it. And my mom keeps saying she wants to read my novel and everything, and it's like, I don't know, why, and people around me, and I could just release it, I have 2 or 3 copies, so I could just give it to them and let them read it, but I don't know why I won't, and it's already cost me, because the number 2 person in my life, my novel The Bottom Drops Out, by the way, you can check it out, GaryMartinMedia.com. It's going to be coming out next year, for sure, no matter what. I have to do it. 2024, spring of 2024, and I've been saying this shit since 5 years ago, maybe, but finally it's ready after such a long process. And maybe I'll make a whole long podcast sometime on the process that it's taken me and the whole entire story. It would probably be pretty long, but I don't have that time now. But I'm just trying to figure out, why won't I let her read that? Because I know that it's ready. I know it's ready for the world. I know it's ready to be released. And the one fear I have in my mind is okay, well, what if she starts reading it and then doesn't finish it? Or I know she would, because I know she'd get caught up in it. But I know how people are with books, and they start reading something, and then they life catches up with them, and then they don't go back to reading it again. It might not necessarily have anything to do with whether or not the book is good, but oh man, I don't know. But it cost me, like I said, once, because my coach died. That was my number 2 influence in baseball. He's in the opening. Well, no, he's in the credits. Yeah. There's somebody else in the opening. I can't reveal who that is right now, because in case that person's listening to this, I can't do that anyways. Moving on. But it's, he was in the credits of people I was thinking, and he was one of the people that I wanted to go up to the most and give him my book and let him read it, and even name one of the characters after him. That's how much of an influence he was for me in baseball. But he died before I could even release it, before I could even get it out to the world. I thought, well, shit, I didn't expect that. You don't expect things. And so it's damn, you want to let your friends and family read it, because they might not get a chance to read it. And so I know that I have to get that out there, but it's a matter of building things up first, man. I'm trying to do it smart, trying to do it marketing-wise, trying to build, finally break through on this social media shit, man. Trying so hard to break through. And I have faith, and I know that I can, and that I will do it, and that I will be great. It's just a matter of keeping on going, man. God dang it, I've come so far. I've come so damn far. in where I was and where I am now. But I cannot think of that as like this great, and this is going to wrap it up. This is what I was talking about on the at the beginning of this, is I cannot think of how far I've come and everything that I've done and how hard it was to get here. I can't think of it as it's just got to be normal. It's something I did. I can't sit there and think about it and dwell on it and think about how difficult. I can acknowledge the fact that it was maybe tough, but it wasn't. It's just life playing out naturally, and I just let life play out naturally. And then it'll be easy. There's going to be tough. And it just is what it is. So I don't think about anything other than normal and anything other than being in the center and having a focus of never too high, never too low, having moderation in life, having moderation in our minds. Moderation in the mind, guys. Have it. Big key. We might expand upon that someday, but I'm out of time. This has been the Old Stream of Consciousness. The Old Winding Road Podcast. I'm me, you're you, we're each other. God bless.